It's your boy Angelo Savage here, man. And look, I didn't want to do it, but I have to, bro. Because I just dropped a video about Myron Gaines, bro. And it was about really his reaction on the Super Bowl and him portraying to be the superior black man and everything. So I just had to come with my own little reaction to his reaction. So, but this one, I just happened to run through YouTube, found this video, bro. And this is your boy MTR. Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Like, this dude, I've always been watching this shit since he was probably like, right now I think he had almost like 900, a million subs. I think I've been watching this shit since he was like at 200,000. You know what I'm saying? He's in the red pill, manosphere and everything, and I watch him because he's very entertaining. But I never actually seen him do any interviews or have any beef with the Fresh and Fit podcast host Myron Gaines. And this one, he pointed out something that I'm like, you know, I gotta react to this because I know that if we don't put a nit in the bud, some bad's gonna happen. Something really bad gonna happen if we don't nit this guy in the bud now, because he's a loose cannon, bro. But let me just play the video, let him explain. All right.
Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast is receiving backlash for his recent comments in regards to the late Kevin Samuels. I want to give you guys my perspective. Kevin is not here right now to speak out for or defend himself. So I'm going to give my perspective of the reality of the conversation, because history will not be revised on my watch. The truth will be accurate. So let's talk about it. Without further ado, for quick context, this is a live stream conversation on the Fresh and Fit platform. There was a bunch of content creators up there. They were talking about the fall of the manosphere and solutions for it, but there was also a specific topic about the black manosphere. Myron postures something in regards to Kevin. Let's watch.
One thing, right, and I really dislike to even say this, but the truth is the truth, and I kind of had to say it. The reason why the black manosphere died, right, is simply because Kevin's...
Can I pause it real quick? Look. Before I go on, I will say in my last video I did mention that for some reason Myron Gaines has to be the arbitrator of truth. He has to always tell the truth and tell everybody the truth instead of just keep his mouth shut and just go with the flow. He always has to be the truth teller. You know what I'm saying? So stuff that comes out of his mouth to him is considered the truth, and even if people don't like it, he has to say it, basically. So this is like he said, like he's justifying what he's about to say, so he buttered it up by saying, it's the truth. I really don't want to say it, but it's the truth. So he says that a lot.
Samuels didn't put his people on.
The reason that an entire community of content creators or things that they talk about died is because the man that was seen as the head of it didn't put his people on. Let's listen a little bit more.
I'm gonna be honest about it. He became famous. He blew up. He didn't, extend the ladder back and put his guys on, and it died. That's just what happened.
Sure.
Once he got into, into the mainstream, he didn't bring anybody up with him. And that's the cold hard truth. I hate to say that shit, but it's
wild.
The truth. And, for us, we adopted a little bit of different mindset where we're going to blow up and we're going to bring everybody up that came alongside us. And
I'm going to let him speak, but understand the context of the conversation. This is not, they were friends and they were collaborators and they were planning on doing good work in the future. They were ops. Kevin did not bang with the Fresh and Fit platform, and Fresh and Fit did not bang with Kevin. Now, to get into the history of why that happened, we don't have time here within the scope of this conversation, within the content, because I want to address his specific points about it all falling and crumbling because Kevin did nothing to bring others up with him, which is categorically incorrect. But it's not coming from a perspective of friendship. They were ops. They were not cool. And in fact, Kevin was creating studios down in Miami to directly compete with Fresh and Fit. But let's hear a little bit more of his thoughts, and then let's get back active.
I've seen, everyone go off on their own and, build really successful independent channels. Everyone here is well over 100,000, where, before that was unheard of in the manosphere.
Now, what's interesting is that he talks ill of Kevin of not bringing other content creators forward, but you just said that there's other content creators that are tied to you that have independently built up their own platforms. Now, would you be putting people on your platform, Myron, if they haven't individually built up a community of people beforehand? Would you or would you not? Let's keep going.
Right. So I think from this point forward, right, sticking together and doing periodic podcasts like this, where guys are able to comment on culture, current events, etc., because things are changing rapidly. Every year, something new is going on, right? 2020, it was a TikTok boom. 2021, it was a pandemic and dealing with that. 2022, oh shit, Trump is going to run again. Like, every year there's like a new thing going on. And the thing is with the red pill, it's not just women. It's the truth in general, right? You can apply it to so many different endeavors. So that's what I noticed was, the one thing on the Kevin Samuels legacy that I wish he did was put on his people. And he simply didn't.
It's absolutely wild to me that no one is up here challenging the things that he's saying in order to give perhaps a different perspective. But
let me pause it. Now look, you see what MTR just said. He's surprised that nobody didn't say nothing. So I'm acknowledging it too. I like to let him speak and then I'll talk unless I really need to interrupt. But you see how all the men in this this chat, because this is on Fresh and Fit not too long ago, like recently, and basically all these guys, they're silent because you know why? Like I said, Myron takes control of the whole situation. These guys, at the point now they're all under Myron based on numbers. They all have less subscribers than all these guys. You get what I'm saying? So what happens is when he says nonsense, if you don't agree with him, he will start shouting at you and going crazy, right? So what's happening right now is these men know that he's not telling the truth. They know that Kevin Samuels helped them out too. But they're not going to say nothing because Myron is one of those people that if you disagree with him, he no longer wants to associate with him, which will basically cut their line off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if Angry Man or one of them, they disagree with him, Angry Man is new to that conversation. But if Modern Day Life, Dayton, whatever his dude name is, if they all agree with them, then they don't want to collab with him no more because now they're beefing because they don't agree on that. Because that's not true. Now, I like that MTR did come out and say something because he knows that, like, bro, I'm not going to hold my breath about this because Kevin Samuels even helped me. And there's no way that you're going to say that he didn't bring other people up with him. Because that's basically what Myron's saying. Like, Myron's basically saying that Kevin Samuels did not do and bring people up like he did. Like, as if he's the real godfather of the red pill. That's pretty much what he's saying without saying it, if you read between the lines. And that's why MTR probably felt the way about that, and he made a video about it.
But I think that there's incentives not to. And this is actually part of the reason of why I try to keep to myself as much as possible and just create. Because I actually agree with Myron there when he's talking about that there's a lot of things changing. We need community. We need a team. Absolutely. Right. But I do think as a content creator that there's inherent bias for you to not speak up or against someone that you collaborate with if you vehemently disagree with the bullshit, or at least not publicly address it. But now your image gets caught up in the things that they are saying, just like the images of everyone up here is being caught up for not calling out or chastising the things that he is saying. Nevertheless, let's address the elephant in the room, being that Kevin did nothing to bring back up others up on his platform is categorically untrue. I won't even speak about all the content creators, at least right now, that he spoke about, but let's just take me for an example. Kevin shouted me out on his platform an uncountable amount of times, and in fact, you're gonna see comments right below this video of people saying that they found my channel out after watching KS. And I never asked for a shout out. I never paid for him to mention me or anything odd like that. It all just came from him understanding my brand, what it was that I was trying to offer from a entertainment or education perspective, and he decided to call me out. Also, let me bring this up as well. He actually had a whole stream where the name of my channel was the topic. Let me bring it up. For all of those that may forgot, this is actually still active on his channel, but he called the stream mediocre at best.
Right. All right. I'm gonna skip over that a little bit because I want him to. And I seen this video prior, and basically what MTR is telling people is that no, that's not true. He basically shouted me out. He did me justice, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? He did. The thing is like what happens when you allow someone to falsely keep telling you like incorrect things, people will constantly don't correct them, so then he always thinks he's truth. Because Myron has it, and I'm gonna be honest, you gotta watch people like Myron because they're the people that will slowly take control and then pull you out of the situation. It kind of, you got to know, it's like some street shit. It's kind of like someone that's like, okay, I'm going to take control of this situation and I'm going to basically get all the accolades from everybody else that came after me, even though I came from someone. And it's, I understand, somebody got to do it. But MTR is identifying, because he does it too. He does reactions to the shit. He bringing up basically footprints of it and proof that Kevin Samuels is in it. There's some truth to what Myron is saying. Yes, it's just you're trying to. This guy, he's dead, bro. He literally can't talk to him for himself. And we knew that you guys were beefing at one point. I remember when he goes on the Fresh and Fit podcast. He showed on the Fresh and Fit podcast when he didn't show his face, and it was that transgender girl with the short hair. That's when Fresh and Fit started to slowly climb. And that's when Kevin Samuels was already Godfather at that point, because that's why they had him on the show. And then after that, he came on the show, physically on the show. I remember that. He's been on the show like 3 times. But what I think Myron's trying to do is trying to say that, oh, he didn't look back and grab somebody else up, like each one teach one. He didn't look back and pull somebody else up. But that's untrue, because a lot of people has helped him, and he has helped a lot of people, including MTR, which is very big.
Has to be surgical. Kevin understood that.
He simply did it. It's just the truth, and it sucks. Maybe he didn't have enough time. Maybe that was the plan before he passed away. I know that he had something going on, but what I will say is when he did those Nicki Minaj collabs, when he did those big events, there was no shout out to anybody from the sphere.
It's a categorical lie. Kevin actually shouted me out on Vlad TV after I did the Shahrazad Ali interview. He shouted me out. And I remember him DMing me that he shouted me out after he did the Vlad interview. I think the interview came out several weeks later. But this is just not true. And I'm sure there's other content creators that will have their own examples. Shit, there's other content creator, I believe his name, Obsidian, who became a millionaire after Kevin shouted out his books. So this is just categorically false. And for anyone who just eats this information up, you should know the truth. So again, it's so wrong, it's ridiculous. And at this point, I don't even know why he keeps on bringing up.
And like he just said, for those that just believe that it's not the truth, because I know y'all gonna beat me up in the comment section, because you got the little Myron Gaines, how do I say this? Y'all like to suck on his teeth and like to defend everything Myron Gaines says. Let me disclaimer this. Everything someone says is not always correct because you like the individual. People that you like can be wrong. People that you like can be wrong. Morally, financially, anything. They can be wrong. There's sometimes some people, yes, they make it seem and sound great, but they can also be incorrect. You don't have to agree on everything an individual says. Myron is an individual that I pick and choose what I listen to, because everything he says isn't morally sound. It isn't correct 100%. Something like what he's saying at the moment. He's trying to criticize or just bring. There's no point in even bringing Kevin Samuels up at all in this situation. He decided to just randomly bring up his name because this whole conversation does nothing but discredits Kevin Samuels, bro. Oh, he did nothing like I did. He's comparing so he can be the leader of the red pill. Well, he didn't bring nobody up as much as I brought people up. So really, I'm the leader of the red pill because I'm with the flow. I'm changing it up. Like, bro, there's no competition. Each one teach one. And you see like the guy in the middle, he's trying to raise his hand. He's the one that does the Vegas show. He's trying to say something, but he probably won't, because you know what he's doing? Myron takes control of the conversation. The other guys, you look at them, just look at their face. They quiet because they're listening. The loudest one in the room ain't the smartest one in the room. Remember that.
Kevin's name. Let the man rest. But when you understand that Kevin couldn't stand these guys, then you understand where this may be coming from.
And it kills me because like a guy like Donovan Sharp platformed him like 80 times and he never shouted him out. And I always was like, what the hell? Right? And I was like, we're not going to do that. So I think, we absolutely need to stand united and do periodic shows like this. I know.
All right, so this is actually when he addresses on his own channel, he's addressing the comments after it started to blow up. And he brought up another content creator by the name of Donovan Sharp, and you may not be familiar with him. But right. Kevin's not alive again to speak for himself, but let me try to think through this. Kevin's brand was mostly popularized within black media, where Kevin would ride for fixing things that were wrong within the black community while also giving strength and power to men. But Kevin was for relationships. He was for marriages. He was for bringing people together. Now imagine if he shouted out Donovan and then they go over to Donovan's platform and they hear Donovan saying things such as black is this, black is that. Now, I don't know if he still talks like that, but if your expectation is that because you work with somebody, collaborated, what does he say, 80 times or something like that, for free, unpaid, whatever, just your time, is your expectation is that now because you've done that, now I have to be able to put you on? People would question Kevin's narrative or motives if someone that he puts on is speaking that negatively about the people that he's trying to put together for healthy relationships. I don't even think Donovan would disagree on that. I can understand Donovan being upset after collaborating with him for so much, but if you take a step back and you look at what Kevin was trying to accomplish, I think it would make a lot more sense, logically speaking. And I can imagine what Myron would say, all this, everyone's free speech till I die, motherfuckers.
Right.
That. You could get mad at the platform and the powers that be, all that you want. But again, if you're trying to make this amount of change within the world, you have to be surgical, strategic. For example, Kevin got a lot of backlash for appearing to go easy on Nicki Minaj when it was brought up on that platform. But do you think Kevin cared about that? No. Kevin wanted to get in. Why? Because Kevin wanted her audience. Go in there, speak to them a little bit more of how they're used to be spoken to. That's strategic. You go in there and you start popping off about how stupid or ridiculous some of their mindsets or ideologies on. You think that's going to make change or get them to listen to the things that you're saying? Be the free speech titan that you want to be. Just don't expect everybody to rock with it. Let's go.
I got a little bit of controversy for saying what I said about, Kevin Samuels. But, dude, it's true, man. It's true. Like, you look at someone like Donovan Sharp, right? Donovan Sharp had him on like 70 times, guys. For those of you that don't know,
and then he stopped going.
Sharp Reality. Donovan Sharp's been running that show since like 2016. Like, I think he's at like 1,000 episodes now at this point. He's had Kevin on like 70 times. I didn't know who Kevin was until I saw him with Donovan Sharp. He never shouted Donovan out. Never had him on his show when he blew up. You know what I mean? Loser ass O'Shea, he never had him on, even though the nigga sits there and defends him all day. Never had him on. You know what I mean? So facts are facts, bro. I'll never. And then you say, oh, well, he came on your shit. Yeah, that was before he was like super big. You know what I mean? That was before he was super big. Remember, guys, and another thing too, little thing for you guys, for people that don't know.
But this is the thing. I'm gonna pause it right now. He was kind of already big before he got on the Fresh and Fit podcast. That's why y'all brought him on there. So he was big, and that's why you got him on there. And then he was debating the women, really doing what Myron was doing before Myron was doing it. He was actually doing it at a faster rate, and he was breaking it down more better and more like modern, I would say. Like his talking points would change. Myron's his talking points when it comes to the dynamics, relationship dynamics, it will stay the same. It doesn't change. It stays the same. He has the same talking points. Kevin Samuels, he will give you different examples, different reasonings, everything. That's why y'all brought him. That's why he's called the Godfather. You know what I'm saying? He's been on your show multiple times for that same reason. Y'all was calling him Godfather when he got on y'all show because he already solidified his image. He was already doing big.
Fun fact.
It's actually odd because by the time that Kevin came on Fresh and Fit the first time, they were referring to him as the Godfather. So he's saying he's not super big.
I just said that, bro. I literally just said that. Oh, fuck.
But by then, I think Average at Best already happened. And he also talked through how O'Shea didn't get put on his platform. They were working together behind scenes. O'Shea had his team editing a lot for Kevin. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure that he mentioned O'Shea at least one time, but it doesn't matter. O'Shea's probably going to react to this so he can let you know his perspective. But blaming the Black manosphere falling because Kevin didn't put whoever you thought that he should get put on just feels like some victim-ass shit. People should be able to stand on their own too, with or without a call-out from the top content creators. Would Donovan Sharp even consider himself within the Black manosphere?
Fun fact for you guys. When Kevin Samuels was going viral for saying you're average at best.
Okay.
Do you guys know that he was in Miami when he was blown up on World Star?
Yeah, he was.
He was in Miami. When he did the show with us, he had just done that episode. And then he came to Miami. He had booked the interview with us before he blew up. This is all facts because I remember vividly. I'll never forget this shit. After we did the show, we went to CVS.
Okay.
And he he got some Mike and Ike's. And I remember this because he got
Gross.
the red hot chili, the spicy ones, and I thought that was weird. Like I was like, holy crap, I didn't know people eat Mike and Ike's, let alone the spicy flavor.
Old school black dude.
Wait, pause. How you don't know somebody don't eat Mike and Ike's, bro? Nigga, that's the only ones I be eating. Facts. The hot tamales, the red ones, those the best ones. You get the original Mike and Ike's, then you got the hot tamales, the red ones. Them bitches be smacking. That's all a nigga be eating. I don't eat nothing else no more. And if you really know, you go to the dollar store, go to the Dollar Tree and get the all red Mike and Ike box. It got all red Mike and Ike's in it. It's flavorful. You got the hot ones, the cinnamon shit. This shit be smacking. Boy, what do you see? Motherfuckers don't know because they not part of the culture. So they don't know about that's the type of shit niggas growing up on.
Eat Mike and Ike's.
And Mike and Ike spicy, right?
That's wild.
Mike and Ike spicy.
And I remember when I was walking with him the whole time. He was checking his phone the whole time. Oh man, we're blowing up. Oh man. And I was watching his Instagram blow up.
Yeah.
He had 20K, guys. When he came on our show, I'll never get this shit. He had like 20K. Like a day or two later, a week later, he had 1 million. Or like a couple 100,000. He had 20,000 around the time he did the interview with us, chat.
Okay.
And he was blowing up that day.
Parabolic.
Because he had just done that interview.
Yep. World star.
So
shout out to World Star.
Yeah. Yeah, he was eating Mike's.
So what does he prove?
Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels.
What are you saying?
Like I said, I'm not gonna speak ill of the deceased.
You are.
But, bro, the truth is the truth, man.
What did that prove?
You know what I mean? Like, he's always gonna go.
What he's saying is that he wasn't shit. He was only 20,000 people when he entered our shit, and he was a few 100,000 when he left this shit. That's what he's saying, bro. Exactly what he's saying. Well, like, he might try to butter it up, but that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying that Kevin Samuels was a shit before he got on there. In that case, he probably gonna say the same thing about the brothers too. You know what I'm saying? The Tate brothers. He probably say the same thing. Oh, the Tate brothers wasn't really busting like that until they came on my podcast, had the viral stuff. They did the interview. They put the interview on Vice. All types of shit. So it's like I said, he's taking the blame for the red pill. He's basically saying that I was the king of the red pill, and I basically put all the people that we called the Godfather and the leaders of the red pill on. That's what I'm taking of it. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong, because that's what it's.
Go down history. Still the Godfather, right? I don't got anything negative to say about him, but the truth is the truth, man. And I want to make sure that before I pass, I'm able to help out my guys as much as I can, if that ever happens, right? I don't want to just leave and, people aren't where they need to be. Like, I want all my friends to win. I want anyone that has worked with Fresh and Fit in the past, in the red pill space, we're going to bring you guys up too. Because if they blow up and they surpass us, great. Then we could go work with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a W for everybody. Like, you look at like Andrew Tate, right? Andrew blew up. And, he didn't retract the ladder. He still works with us. He still Shots us out, talks about us and stuff like that. So, that's what it's about, man. It's about...
Kevin retracted the ladder from you because y'all started to beef. Now, he's previously admitted to calling Kevin the F word behind scenes. And also, it was very odd to me that he's conveniently forgetting one of the first ways that Fresh and Fit went viral was through Kevin Samuels' participation. And I know this because I did a reaction off of it. Now, my reaction video got almost 1 million goddamn views at the time. But it was when Kevin called into the show to address these women that Fresh and Fit had in the studio. Now, the title that I had for this video is Kevin Samuels Demolishes Feminists While Uplifting Men. This debate from Fresh and Fit is masterful.
Phyllis Schlafly, she was on our side. When all this stuff came in, feminism, second wave, feminism, I'm a feminist. I believe in feminism. Feminism is about choice.
No, you really
Excuse me, ma'am. Feminism in its true form is about choice.
I don't even want to hear it. Yeah, we don't have a choice right now.
You have a choice.
And within this conversation, you actually had one of the people that was in the current live stream, as well as Donovan Sharp as well. I think this is also the stream where Kevin said the famous words After your OnlyFans account, Subway will be hiring. Now, this video up on their channel got millions and millions and millions of views. But did he have to call in to collaborate with you guys? And because of which you got millions and millions of views, millions and millions of eyes. But where is this in your description that he didn't collaborate or help anybody? Anyway, this video has gone on far too long.
Way too long, man. I just want to say, man, what do y'all think about this in the comment section, man? I like the boy MTR, man. He's an honest man. He makes reactions to stuff. And yes, he keeps tracking. Like he said, he just brought up the receipts. So tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. Is Myron Gaines the ultimate red pillar? Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.